There's this podcast from 2016 where Tomska Ridgewell talks about a cancelled Eddsworld episode that was intended to be a spooky Halloween special. I'll let him tell it how he remembers it.
Because what we'd realised is that ever since Zombeh Attack 1, when Matt died, no one other than Tom for like the past 4 years in the show had ever interacted with Matt. And what this episode was, it was Ed finally snapping and being like, Tom, Matt is dead. He's been gone ever since the zombie outbreak. He's not coming back. And like after the whole episode, Tom finally accepts that Matt isn't a real person and Matt's just in Tom's head, and subsequently Matt disappears.
Great story, right? When I first heard this clip, I knew I'd want to make a short about it for Halloween, but while I was writing the script, I asked myself a question. Was Tom really the only character who interacted with Matt for nearly half a decade? The claim is that Tom was the only person who interacted with Matt for 4 years following his death in the Zombeh Attack series. That episode dropped in 2005. The first full episode of 2009 was Movie Makers. Let's just start with Matt's death and see how far we can take this.
Matt, why are you biting a pile of garlic?
Matt was bitten by a zombie at the start of Zombeh Attack. After turning into a zombie, he was able to have a conversation with Ed, and he gets acknowledged a couple of times in the later installments.
Crap, Matt must be after the Necronomicon too.
Matt has broken free and returned to spread the zombie curse all over the town.
That being said, Tom is by far the person interacting with Matt the most in the second episode, and Matt's presence could maybe be a drunken hallucination.
I wonder where Matt is.
As for the third episode, that one basically works without Matt leading the horde, but you'd have to explain why Ed makes the final blow here. See, we're already stretching the definitions to make the interpretation hold water, but yes, you could still watch the later Zombeh Attack episodes with the assumption that Matt died for real in the first one. Outside of the zombie episodes, Matt had a knack for not showing up during the early years. Eddsworld BTS, there's Ed, there's Tord, there's Tom. Matt is only hinted at as part of Tom's storytelling, appearing nowhere else in the episode. Ed vs Randomness, Breakfast and Tribute, just Ed and Tord. Tord's Adventure, Snow Buddy, F is for Friends, Music and Stuff, and Faster Than a Bullet, just Ed and Tord again, with Tom making a cameo in each. Still, Matt is nowhere to be seen. This world of Ed, Ed's the only character on screen, but when he creates puppets of the guys, guess which two he makes? That's right, just Tom and Tord. Matt appearances were so rare during this time. Ed was almost always there, Tord was usually around, Tom would sometimes make an appearance, and only then, once every other character had a seat at the table, did Matt finally show his face. I kid you not, the first speaking role Matt was given post Zombeh Attack was in Ed's Tales of Boredom, and it's this exchange with Tom.
Oh no, Matt is a zombie. I did not see that one coming. Who cares?
As for the rest of the episodes where Matt does appear, yeah, for the most part, Tom is the only one really speaking to him. Hello Hellhole is the example that was mentioned in that old podcast episode. Matt literally has one line, and it's to himself.
Hey, wait a minute, why am I on the menu?
Now how about Zombie Nation? After Matt is trapped, Tom is the person who picks up the phone and sets the boys on the adventure. Tom is the only one who acknowledges Matt throughout the journey.
Well, I hope Matt's doing better than us.
And when they do catch up with him, Tom is the only one exchanging words. 10 out of 10, Matt is dead evidence, no notes. Well, except this bit here when Ed tackles him for the coke.
Give me back the coke!
We can pretend that never happened. Before that, he did show up in Halloween 2005, but only after he murders everybody else. That might mean something, but I'd count this as another exception to the no interaction rule. After that, there was Christmas 2005, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this one was kinda mind-blowing to me. At the start of the video, you've got Ed, Tom, and Tord, but again, there's no Matt. He's just not there at the beginning, not even in the credits. Then we go into the It's a Wonderful Life parody, where we see what it would have been like if Ed were never born. And only then, 3 minutes into the episode, does Matt finally make an appearance. Ed doesn't recognize him, but he thinks it's kinda weird that Matt showed up where he did. And then you realize that under this theory, Matt would still be alive if only Ed were never born. Like, bloody hell. At the end, it's revealed that the whole guardian angel thing was just an act to make Ed learn the true meaning of Christmas or whatever, with actors breaking the kayfabe and coming to celebrate. I choose to believe that Matt is here either as an actor or he's only there in Tom's imagination. Matt makes a kind of cameo appearance in Christmas Visitor when Ed thinks about who could be at the door. I guess if Matt is dead, then yeah, that would kind of rule him out as a potential visitor. Eddie's Teddy is a weird one because it's set to a song from the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Matt takes on a singing role. Technically nobody speaks to him, but that's not exactly hard-hitting in this context. Casino Night also doesn't have any lines, but this is maybe the first episode where Matt is the primary deuteragonist. Tom is there as a card dealer and technically no words are exchanged, but this feels like another major exception to the Ghost Matt observation. But then we get to Ruined.
For the last time, Matt, no pirate hats.
Yeah.
It gets pretty hard to say that nobody is interacting with Matt from this point onwards. You could say that this episode ruined it. You could maybe make the theory work for Halloween 2007. Matt is mostly doing his own thing, and his lines are either spoken away from the guys or to himself. There's also Xanta Claus, where he's only acknowledged by Xanta. Maybe he's communicating with the dead. But by the time you get to Spares, yeah, I have a feeling that the spooky episode was brainstormed before this one was published. From there on, it's nothing but episodes where Matt gets at least an acknowledgement, if nothing else. So from Zombie Attack 1 to Ruined, that's a span of about 2 years where Matt appearances were few and far between. I'm gonna guess that the 4-year number that Tom came up with was either misremembering or misspeaking or hyperbole. By my count, there are 7 traditional episodes between Zombie Attack and Ruined where Matt did show up in the flesh.
There are 7.
And there are maybe 4 episodes where you could say that he might not exist outside of Tom's reality. You could make the rest of them work as well, you just have to get creative. I worry that this video might come across like a nicely edited frog dissection, but I want to stress that I love the cancelled Halloween special as a piece of lost media. There aren't many stories that could pull the whole "it was just a dream, all the characters are hallucinations" thing and have it work for me, but for a one-off Halloween special that breaks the fourth wall in a clever way and makes you notice a quirk of the writing that was right in front of you the entire time, I don't know, I find it quite charming. By the way, there's actually a spooky twist to the story that I've not mentioned in this video. You can learn about it on my short on the topic or from the original podcast, which is sitting at under 1,000 views at the time of making this video, by the way. It's just so funny that nobody wanted to speak to Matt for like 2 years. Ed was obviously never interested, and I don't think Matt and Tord ever had a conversation. Come to think of it, I don't recall Tom ever speaking to Tord at any point prior to Ruined. I guess that would make Ed the only one who spoke to Tord after he died in Zombie Attack. Wait, you're telling me that nobody but Ed spoke to Tord in classic Eddsworld? Wait, does that mean... Happy Halloween.